This lesson introduces the Quick Access Toolbar, which is located above your ribbons, above the Home and the Insert and the Design ribbons, this little set of buttons right up here. The Quick Access Toolbar is sometimes referred to as a QAT. If you'll notice, on the very end of the QAT is a drop-down arrow. When you click that, you simply need to click each one of the options underneath, and then those buttons will be added to the QAT or the Quick Access Toolbar. There are a couple buttons on here that you might decide you don't need, and you simply uncheck those and they'll disappear. Now, the redundancy of hitting that list, I realize it's tedious, but it is what it is, so we need to go through, put the check marks on, and get rid of them if you don't want one. Like this top one, the automatic save, I always want that to be on. I never want to turn that off. I don't even want the option on my QAT, so I'm going to uncheck that one, and as soon as I uncheck it, you'll see over here on the left that it's going to disappear. So I'll go ahead and uncheck that button, and now it is gone. Now I'd like to also move this underneath my ribbon. The reason I want it underneath the ribbons is so that it is closer to my work area. The purpose of the QAT is it is the old standard toolbar which had all the best buttons readily available near our working area. So we simply move it by clicking at the very bottom of this list, Show Below the Ribbon. Now keep in mind there is a second way to do the same thing. You can right-click and choose Show Quick Access Toolbar Below the Ribbon. It is your personal preference, but there's two ways to get there. So I'll go ahead and click the Show Quick Access Below the Ribbon, and there it is, but now all the buttons have color on them, not just the white outlines that they did above. We are going to go ahead and customize that. So click the drop-down arrow again, and way at the bottom you will see More Commands. When we click on the More Commands option, we get a dialog box. Now on this dialog box, the left-hand side are all the current popular commands. The right-hand side are your existing Quick Access Toolbar buttons. So I can come over here to the left, type the letter S, and I will find the Save As button. Now as soon as I double-click the Save As button, or I could single-click the word Add, it's going to land over here on the bottom. So I will double-click, and it landed over here. Now to move that to the top, I have little buttons over here on the up and the down, so I'm going to move it up, 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 all the way to the top. Now you can rearrange these buttons any way you would like, but it's just important to know that you have the ability to do that. Now, before I'm done with this, I do want to go ahead and hit the OK button right down here at the bottom, and that just added a second button right up here, the Save As button to my QAT. There's one other option we can do, and that is to find buttons as you need them within the ribbons and add them on the fly. So right over here we have the Calibri, the font style. So if I right-click on the words Calibri, I can't add it. But if I right-click on the drop-down arrow, I do have the option to add to Quick Access. Notice when I chose that, now I have my font style on my Quick Access. So you are not stuck with the buttons that are, base level on this drop-down arrow. You're not stuck with those buttons. You can add them as you find them. So in this way, you can customize the QAT to your personal settings. I do have a list included with the exercise file of my preferred buttons, but again, this is how you work in Microsoft Word, not how I work. So you can simply add any buttons you would like or go through the exercise file and add the buttons I recommend in there.